Hi, Dave Smith here. Okay, so this video is a follow-up to the Patreon introduction, and we're just going to go through very quickly the tiers that I've got on my Patreon page. But before we get into that, quick shout out to Amy Hussein, who became my first Patreon. Many thanks to Amy. I hope she enjoys what's happening there, and this will give you a little bit of an insight into what you can expect. Over here, my computer's rendering the latest YouTube video, and that's a video about shooting and post-processing an infrared time-lapse at Auckland Castle. So not everything by any means is headed for Patreon. Just the in-depth workshop series will be over there, and there'll be several of those, many of them. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm just going to talk a bit about what's available on Patreon. So maybe you've visited this channel for quite a long time and you've enjoyed the videos, you feel like you've got something out of them, but you don't want to spend too much money on the various products that I've got on there. You'd just like to support the channel a little bit. So I've got a tier there that's just about standing me to a cup of coffee once a month, literally just to support the channel. Now there's a lot more involved in just supporting the channel, because I'm hoping that we will be able to build a community of photographers who are interested in analog photography, historical processes, and basically the fundamentals of photography, large format photography. And I'm going to introduce a newsletter, not right away necessarily. Also, I'd like to, at some stage, set up an online space for us to use for our community as an online group. And ultimately, I think it would be quite nice for us to have a once-a-year gathering, for example, where we can share experiences, shoot some photographs, make wet plates, large format, all manner of things. But that's a little ways into the future. So that's the first tier, £3 a month. You get to support the channel and help me to improve what's going on here and to keep the channel going. Then one of the things that I've set up, and I have a video coming out about it, is a print sales business. I have photographs from all over the world, and I've produced a tightly curated set of images that I'm offering for sale as prints. If you're interested, check out the video. And these are going to be available to Patrons as greetings cards. So there'll be a pack of 4 greetings cards, and these will come 3 times a year, and they'll be a high quality card, and you can use them any way you like. You might use them as special cards for 40th birthday, 60th wedding anniversary, all kinds of possibilities. And that's £5 a month. Now the next one is not published yet because I'm still just getting that set up, and this is the Zines. So I've called this the put your feet up, relax, have a cup of coffee, and go through the latest zine. These are capped at 50. I'm going to do a print run of 50 for each of these, and I'm aiming to produce them 3 times a year. So for £8 a month, you'll guarantee your copy. And I'm hoping these will build into collectible collections. That's certainly my intention in producing them. And again, these are going to be on a wide variety of topics. I have at least one that I'm working on right now, which is from my 48 hours in Macau. I know, Macau to Bishop Auckland. I was literally there for 48 hours, had a walk around the city and took a load of photographs, and I think that might make quite a nice little booklet. I'm also about to start on a massive project. I don't want to say too much about it now, because I will be making a video about it. It's a portraiture project, people of, visiting all of the cities in the UK. There are 51. And by the time that's finished, that will come together into, I think, quite an interesting document of people in the UK as a snapshot, as I've visited. So £8 a month, you'll get your copy of the latest zine, and they will, I'm intending, come out 3 times a year. Okay, and of course you'll get to provide support to the channel through that. I'm also going to include in that a print, 10x8 or A4 size print from the current zine, from the zine that you get. And these will be high quality prints. They're not going to be run off my inkjet printer. I don't have an inkjet printer, so that would be tricky. No, these are going to be printed at professional labs, properly made on light sensitive photographic paper, not inkjet paper. So I think that's going to be quite a nice package. Then there is the one that I think most people might be interested in, coming from YouTube, and that's what I've called Join the University of Life. Now this is exclusive to patrons. These videos won't be offered anywhere else, other than maybe as excerpts to market the Patreon. But the full versions will only ever be available on Patreon. And these are the in-depth workshops, and I've put up the digital negatives there already, because that's an in-depth series that I think belongs with what I've got in mind. The first 2 that I'm going to work on are the large format photography, which isn't just about large format, it's really about photography in the context of large format, because large format cameras utilize and demonstrate the full range of photographic techniques and principles and practices. And those can be found on smaller format cameras, but not in quite the same depth. So it's really about photography. It's about developing an understanding of photography, and through developing an understanding, helping people to improve their photography. The second series that I've got in mind is about setting yourself up in a photography business. I'm just coming to the end of 2 such businesses. The prints is one, portraiture is another, and my big project is centered around portraiture as well. So those are the first 2 that are in the pipeline, but there are many more. These will keep us going for some years, if I'm being honest. So then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of linked tiers, and these are to do with collecting art, collecting affordable art. And what I'm doing there is offering the wet plate original pieces. So the actual plate that comes out of the camera, not a scan, not a digital photograph of it, but the actual plate. And these are one-off art pieces. Once you've made a plate, that's it. You know, there is only one of them. So the first tier is £9 a month, and for that you'll get 2 5x4 wet plate original pieces each year. And these are exclusive to Patreon as well. I'm not offering these wet plates anywhere else at all. So there's that one. That's capped at 25. So there are only 25 slots for that. There's also at £12 a month, what I've called the Art Aficionado, and for this you'll get one 10x8 original piece, and these can be amber types or tin types depending on what it is I'm working on at any particular time. That's capped at 15. Then we have Art Critic, which is the 20x8 wet plates, and you get one of those per year for £25 a month. And then Fellow Artist is the 20x12 wet plates. And of course, with all of these, you'll get access to the newsletter, the community group. You'll be supporting the future work of the channel, and you get to collect exclusive artworks along the way. The next one I have is all about you. This is a portraiture tier. It's if you want to have your portraiture done, then for £11 a month you get a priority booking slot, and when you book our signature package you'll get your sitting fee refunded at delivery. So that's essentially a portrait sitting. You'll be supporting the work of the channel. There's the newsletter, join the community group, and that's £11 a month, and that's capped at 15. So only 15 slots for the year. Then it occurred to me that people might be interested in large format photography, or indeed a wide range of other photographic pursuits that I've built skills and expertise in over the last 30 or so years. So this is called Let's Be Partners in Crime. This is exclusive to Patreon as well. I don't offer this anywhere else. Excuse me. And it's an opportunity to spend a day shooting with me at the end of every 12 months. So if you've been in the channel for 12 months, you get the opportunity to choose a date to come and spend shooting with me, and that can be in wet plate, it can be large format film, it could be digital time-lapse, digital infrared, panoramas, all manner of things. It could be post-processing, whatever you feel you would benefit from. And that's £25 a month, capped at 10. And then the final one is what we've called VIP Forever. This is a Patreon exclusive. With this you will get the online video workshop access as well, but this really gives you discounts. It's a 25% discount on 2 specific purchases. So you might, for example, want to have a portrait, and this isn't 25% off the sitting fee, this is 25% off the entire package that you select. So worth quite a bit of money. You might want to buy some prints, and again it's not 25% off a print. If you make a purchase of any number of prints, it'll be 25% off that purchase, and that's £75 a month, and I have capped that at 5. Okay, so those are the tiers. I hope there's something of interest there. I love to see people coming across. I really like to build this community group, the newsletter, and I'd like the newsletter to be not just about what I'm doing, but about what we're all doing. So there's an opportunity to contribute there as well. So I hope that's all of some interest. Why not jump across and have a look at the tiers for yourself. The URL will be in the description, it'll be at the end of the video, and I imagine there'll be a flyout with the URL in as well. Looking forward to seeing you all there. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.